You noticed that I script out every single one of my slides, so I even scripted out this. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me today for the Application Runtime Platform Working Group update. Yes. This is me. My name's Amelia Downs. I'm a software engineer here at Broadcom. I'm the working group lead for the Application Runtime Platform Working Group, and I'm a member of the TOC, along with Behan over here. My goal for today is to give you an introduction to the Application Runtime Platform Working Group, which I will call ARP from now on, or else I will definitely go over my time. I'll talk about who we are, what components we work on, and what exciting things have happened since the previous update in Karlsruhe. So the Cloud Foundry Foundation has 10 working groups, and ARP is one of them. And each working group is broken up into areas. So ARP has 7, and since I know that this audience is full of Cloud Foundry super users and operators and contributors, I know you've probably heard of most of these. Like was just mentioned, all working groups have public meetings. Ours are the first Thursday of every month, so feel free to join. I'll be there. Alexandra will be there. We'll have a party and we can talk about whatever you want. Anyone can add something to the agenda. Also, you're welcome to join our Slack channel for general updates or ask me questions about anything I talk about today. So that's my very brief overview of ARP. Now I want to talk about some of the amazing work that this working group has been doing that you might not know about. Work that might not always get the biggest spotlight, but that's really important for keeping the Cloud Foundry ecosystem healthy. So like was mentioned, Garden is now Noble ready. Please round of applause for Maria. Thank you. Right, currently Cloud Foundry runs on Jammy Jellyfish. Noble Numbat came out in 2024, and there's been a ton of work, like was mentioned, across Cloud Foundry to make it Noble compatible. In my working group, this meant working on Garden around containerization and making sure that Garden is updated to use cgroups v2 and not v1 anymore. Another behind the scenes change that we've been making is we're adding some more comprehensive config checks that will run during pre-start, which means faster fails and better error messages when you send bad properties to the manifest, or when you set bad properties in the manifest. So when you accidentally put a space or a dot in your assert and it's not quite right, hopefully you'll find out about those failures earlier. So far, this has been done in GoRouter, but I hope to spread this pattern to more jobs in the future with the ghost of Joseph Palermo cheering me on. Another recent addition is Envoy Sidecar health checks, and I needed a little diagram to explain why these are so exciting. So, of course, GoRouter always sends traffic to the Envoy Sidecar, and then the Envoy proxies it to the app process. And inside of every app container, there's an app health check running, and it talks directly to the app to see if the app is up and running and happy. And in this case, it is green check mark. But sometimes there can be a problem in the Envoy, and in this case, the traffic will fail to talk to the app, and the end user will probably get 502s, and I might get paged and be upset. But the app health check here is talking directly to the app and is reporting that everything is just fine. So this feature, the Envoy Sidecar health checks, it adds this extra health check in addition to the app health check. So when the Envoy fails, the platform will handle it just as if the app health check failed. The route will be removed, the app will be restarted in another container, and the end user will never see a 502. So this is my favorite kind of work to work on and talk about. I know it's not the most glamorous, but I love just making sure that everything just works for our users. But I'm told that people also like to hear about features, and we build some of those as well. So I will introduce 3 of them. Feature number 1 is per route load balancing algorithms, which has been a long time coming, but has finally landed. So now app devs can decide for themselves if they want their app to use least connection or round robin routing algorithms, instead of it being a foundation-wide decision. Which maybe this doesn't sound so exciting to you as it does to me, But the real exciting thing is that Tamara and Max, when they built this, they did it in a way that primed the path for other future per route features. So now, as you know, there's a lot of per foundation configuration, and now there's an easy way for us to update and start setting things at a per route level. So if there's a feature that sounds like, oh, I wish I could do that per route and not set it for the entire foundation, let me know and we can talk about it. Yes. Feature number 2, you can now route specifically to Canary instances. So before this feature, if you pushed an app with the Canary strategy and you sent traffic to the route, GoRouter will, of course, load balance between all of your apps, including the Canary. But I guess the point of a Canary, you want to know if it's actually running and working the way that you want. So maybe you want to send traffic just to that app. And there wasn't a way to do this without SSHing into the app container and curling it from there, which is far from ideal. So now there's a new header that you can set that will allow you to target a particular process and optionally also an index. So that way you can send traffic to all Canary apps or just one particular Canary app. And this will let app developers decide if their Canary app is working and ready for prime time. Last one, new feature number 3 is non-contiguous overlay networks. So Silk, of course, is the open source container networking interface for Cloud Foundry. And when an operator configures Silk, they must provide a CIDR for the IPs that will be assigned to each container that runs in Cloud Foundry. By default, that's this /16 CIDR, which is over 65,000 IPs. So that's 255 Diego cells with 255 apps each. The problem here, though, is that a /16 CIDR, that's pretty large, and it can be hard to get a contiguous IP space with nothing else on it, right? It needs to be clear of everything. So now you don't have to provide a contiguous IP space. You can provide an array of CIDRs for the overlay network, and we will patch them together for you, and we will make all that C2C networking still work. So this will make operators' lives easier when spinning up Cloud Foundry deployments and finding IP space for them. And one quick peek into the future that you've already gotten multiple peeks into today, but I'm very excited because I've started getting a lot of PRs about this and seeing a lot of work around it, and that's IPv6 dual stack support. So it's been a huge effort, and I'm so excited to see all the work that the SAP folks and Alexander in particular have been working on. So thank you all for listening and participating in this amazing Cloud Foundry community. And thank you most of all to the amazing working group approvers who made everything I talked about today possible. Thank you.